Come on and let me out.
Have a shocking or scandalous secret you can't tell anyone?
You can tell us.
And we'll keep it anonymous. It's Queen City Confessions with Miguel and Holly.
Hits 96.1.
If you want to submit a confession, just text the word HITS along with your confession and send it to 96893.
Here's the first Queen City confession. My partner wants to give one of our dogs to a family member because it's too much for her, which I understand because she's at home with them more than I am. But we've had this dog for almost a year now, and I wish she would have said something earlier because now it hurts even more. I know I'm being selfish, but I can't help but to be upset and a little angry.
I mean, well, obviously you're allowed to feel your feelings. It's valid. But if you're not the one that's at home caring for this dog all the time, I think you might have to default to that to your partner.
I'm actually curious because I know that our producer Kelvin went through this. Do you mind, producer Kelvin, talking about this for a hot second?
Sure.
Because I know that your fiance has the cat, right? That you weren't a super fan of, but because he's really attached to the cat, you all have it. I mean, how have y'all worked through that?
We're still working through it.
It's a process.
It's a process. I am constantly reminded that this was a commitment. You know, it's not like you can throw away a pet. Obviously, if it's an aggressive animal, that's a completely different story. But I am choosing to just make the best of it. And that's that.
Interesting. All right, producer Kelvin, thank you.
Thank you for sharing your pain.
Yeah.
I know. I just want also this confessor to know that they're not the only person that's going through that. And
I'm sure they're not. I'm sure this is something that a lot of people are, ringing true with.
absolutely. Here's the next Queen City confession. My friends and I are planning a holiday cabin this year. 2 of them have new babies, and they plan on bringing them. They didn't even ask if it was okay. I really don't want to spend a weekend with crying babies, but I don't want to come off as the bitter, single, childless friend.
Oh, man, that is absolutely something you should have asked about.
Yeah.
Is this a kid trip or not a kid trip?
Right.
How would you just assume that you should bring yeah, that's rough.
Well,
I think you say something.
Right, because since I'm assuming that this is the first time that y'all have done, a trip with them having new babies.
Yes.
And so maybe this is just, you have to sort of let them know because I'm sure they're thinking about 50 million other things and it wasn't like a slight on you.
No.
It's more so just, these are all the ducks I got to get in the row. But maybe you think, Holly, as a person who went through this, having a new child at one point, if they're like, hey, in the future, can you sort of let us know beforehand? Because that'll kind of change how we make these plans and where we go. Is that fair?
I think it's fair. And I think that, sometimes parents do need to be self-aware that not everything is invite your kids along. But if they're new babies, just me personally, I would just be like, oh, it's not for me. Because I'm not schlepping my kid to some cabin as a newborn. I couldn't have handled that. So maybe that's their thinking too. They're like, oh, we're invited. So obviously they must bring your kid because what am I going to do with my newborn if I don't bring him or her? But that's got to be discussed. And so I don't know. This may change the course of the friendship. These things happen.
Here's the last Queen City confession. Probably once a week, my friends and I will go out to a bar where we don't normally go and pretend that one of us just officially got divorced. And then we end up getting shots and drinks all night long.
Oh, y'all running a scam. You are running a scam. What is this? It sounds like a heist. Like, what is this? Wow.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
No, I guess it doesn't hurt anyone because at the end of the day, you're single. It's not like you're duping people that you're not. But
Right.
then again, you are really lying to people.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if has it ever come back to bite you in the butt where you said that at the beginning of the night and then exchanged Instagrams with someone. And then some guy's like, hey, you're the girl that I got shots for last night. And you're just newly divorced. You want to go out? And then how do you say, oh, actually?
Yeah, you can't be putting all your personal stuff. You have to go in like a thief in the night and put on a new persona.
Have you ever faked a scenario to get free drinks or to get something for free?
Right.
What have you lied about to get something for free? Call us up 1-844 hits 961.
1-844-448-7961 or text HITS and your message to 961.